Greetings wherever you are. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If this is your first time here, I'd suggest that you consider subscribing so that we may get this video to as many people as possible. So in this video, I'm going to showcase the beautiful landscaping that has been done on one Mabati house that I visited recently. And you're going to have a chance to see the Mabati house itself, which is a temporary structure as the owners await to build their dream home. So karibu sana. Yes, so moving right on, the very first thing that attracted my attention to this home was the gate. Aside from the landscaping, of course, that I had a chance to peep over the chain link fence. But you notice the gate is quite simple. Apart from a few mural and artistic points here and there, especially on the stone wall, it is looking really simple and nice in my opinion. It was made at 60,000 Kenyan shillings. So we get on right in and get into the compound. The back side of the gate is noticeably plain, and I think this matches well the exterior that was sort of decorated. Then the pillar is brightly colored, which rarely misses the attention of the passers-by, on top of which there is a traditionally looking electric lantern that is functional. Notice where I'm pointing, there is a shop. And this makes me remember the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, where the author George S. Clason talks about making your home a profitable investment. In this book, the author does not only talk about the importance of you trying to own your own home. On top of that, he also talks about trying to make your home a profitable investment, whereby aside from not paying rent, then you have some source of livelihood from your home. So these sources of livelihood could actually be such a shop. You could do fruits, you could do vegetables like the amaranthus in this case, or even the kales. This lady also has done sweet potatoes that actually mature in less than 3 months. She also has passion fruits that grows along the hedges and the fence. I actually had a chance to taste this type of passion fruit. And you know, in the market, it comes very expensive. Like in Kisumu, we buy this type of passion fruit at about 4 for 100 shillings. So, you know, if you have this, then you actually save on costs. And yes, moving along as far as the landscaping of this compound is concerned, you notice that the fence is made of chain link and angle lines. So these angle lines were actually, from a description, she says she bought full 20-meter angle lines that were being divided into two. So each piece will produce 2 angle lines that has been used all around the compound alongside the chain link wire that is 6 feet high. I hope you also notice the kind of vegetation that she has grown alongside her compound. Actually, it is intertwining with the chain link and it is forming a very good type of a fence. These ones are very easy to grow according to her description, because she just takes pieces and sticks them down into the ground, then keeps watering them. Over time, they just grow. So this is the general landscaping of this compound. She has a lot of flowers, she has a lot of fruits. I also noticed a lot of ornamental plants that we'll actually get to see in a while. And right now I'd like to take you around the house so that you see the Mabati house in totality from its perimeter. And so this is the side view. You notice that there is a water catchment tank here, especially from the gutters that have been neatly fixed from the Mabati. And Mabati is iron sheets for those who do not understand Kiswahili. So like in Kenya, if you want to buy such kind of iron sheets at a large scale, you know, like you want to construct a whole house using Mabati, then you need to contact the factory. Some of them actually deliver on site, and you get a better bargain at that. You can actually check on Google. You'll find a number of companies like Dumuzas, you'll find Mabati Rolling Mills, and many others for your reference. So just checking the at the side of this house, you see the windows. Actually, the windows have been installed in a very minimalistic manner because they made it clear that they are actually living in this house temporarily as they look to source funds to construct their small dream house that is actually a storage plan. So this is the window, nicely done. It is a one-way window, and I think the artmanship or the craftsmanship is good. Some of the flowers have been planted in makeshift containers, like this one here. You notice this is a 20-liter oil can that has been cut into two. And then, of course, this is ballast, 3/4, that has been put all around the house to basically avoid crawling animals. Lest I forget to mention, there are these concrete slabs that have been arranged all the way from the wash area into the house. These ones are very useful when it rains heavily and it's quite watery and muddy, so you don't have to step into water. And they are neatly arranged, and the very interesting part is that the owner of this home, actually the wife of this home, is the one who does most of these landscaping activities. And now, my dear viewers, by the powers vested in me by our wonderful host, witnessed by this beautiful bouquet of live flowers that has been set majestically on the doorstep, may I introduce you inside the Mabati house. Yay! Standing ovation. Well, now this is the interior of this house. Of course, this is a rural setup, but in my opinion, this is a very well-made house. Of course, you do not expect so much from it because, as I mentioned earlier, it is a temporary house, but it is functional. You notice the linings that have been put alongside the iron sheet walls. These ones actually help reduce the heat, and there is also an open heave all around the house in between the walling and the roof to allow for aeration. I hope you noticed the functionality of this house, like the curtain rods have been fixed on a rod that supports the wall. And this, I have to mention that it is very intentional because they did not want comfort. They wanted survival, so that it reminds them every day that they need to save, invest in their dream house. Also note that most of the cushions and the throw pillows are actually handmade by the house owner, the wife, and I think she did a wonderful job. It will be very difficult to ignore the medals that hang loose on the wall. There are very many, and when I asked the mother, she explains to me that she has a daughter who's doing very well in the basketball field. And there are a lot of medals here, aside from the ones that hang on the wall, the others on the table. Looks like she's doing very well in this field. And on this note, this is an encouragement to people that it does not matter the kind of house you raise your child in. What matters is the efforts and the encouragement that you instill in them. Wait until you see the bedroom of this young girl. You'll understand when I talk about talent. And so let's get right into the daughter's bedroom. So it's a simple door heading into a very neatly made room. Quite small in size if you ask me, more medals on the wall, and this catches my eye. I'm gonna be a star. There's a floating shelf over here, and as you notice, there are basketballs. So this girl is really deep into her art. Well, the rest of the room is looking really simple and nice, and I pray to God that this girl really gets to reach her dream. The wall is, of course, the Mabati or iron sheets, as I had mentioned earlier, and that is just about it about this room. The door is as simple as you see. It is wooden. There is a cabinet over here, and the floor is made of what we call Nero. And then this opening right here leads to what is a functional kitchen for this house. This kitchen measures about 8 feet by 4 feet, and some of the accessories needed for the kitchen are actually hung mostly on the wall. The walls are still made of mabati, and most of the cooking, considering this home is in a rural setup, is done in this earthen kitchen that is outside the main house. Notice that the earthen kitchen is as simple as it looks. Walls made out of mud. The door is made out of corrugated iron sheets that have been painted. And the kitchen is basically a functional rural setup kitchen, as you can see. And last but not the least, I'd like to introduce you to the master bedroom of this Mabati house. It is hard to not notice the chandelier, or what do I call it, hanging right above the bedroom. It has been fixed on one of the wooden bars that run across the room. And then of course that is just basically it, a bed and a dressing area for the lady of the house. Then before this video comes to the end, thank you for sticking up to this point. I'd like to take you to the latrine cum the bathroom area, which are located outside the main house. So this is one of the latrines, as you can see, doors made out of wood. Very simple, with the hygienic measures put in place. If you are Islamic, there's a jerrycan with water for you. Non-Islamic, there's tissue hung up there. Same to this second one. And I think it is looking good. Floor made of tiles and clean. Then finally we get to the bathroom. So this is very functional, especially when you have a lot of visitors in the compound. They do not have to line up. You know what happens in such setups when there are social functions. This is the bathroom. Walls and the floor made of tiles, and notice the non-slip mat. And just before I come to the end of this video, I'd like you to see this heap of stones that has been put right outside the compound. Yes, this is a strong indication that this couple are just ready to move on to the next level of owning their dream house. And of course, it is a Christian family. Notice the landscaping. The words read, God is love. I believe if you put God in everything that you do, just like the message you get from this home, then you are good to go. Thank you for watching. Till the next one, it is bye for now.